Hey folks, welcome back to the Portable Gamer. Welcome back to European Truck Simulator. And, well, you'll see it in a second. I thought ProMods, today is what, Sunday the 20th of May. I thought ProMods would take a minute to catch up to 1.31. I really did. I was waiting to get 1.31 until ProMods came out. And here it is, it's out already, and it's 2.27. ProMods is, oh, look at it. Oh, God. ProMods is 2.27 rather than 2.30 as I had heard. So I got everything installed, and yeah, how about it? So let's go for a ride. Let's take a job, and we're still taking contract jobs. We're gonna do just a couple more of these, and then we'll step up a little bit and buy a garage and buy a truck. So let's take the most profitable job that we can find. And that is going to be, looks like we're going to haul some vinegar out of Reims to Düsseldorf in a Scania, in a Streamline, for 10 grand. Fantastic, let's do it. Now, I go ahead and drop in some sound mods. So even if we're in somebody else's truck, even if we're taking a contract job, we're still going to have the loading, crashing. Come on, baby. Come on. Oh, God. Fantastic. We're still going to have the hot rod sound. And of course, it's given us this VAK trailer again. You know what? I might pull this trailer out momentarily. And I mean, I like it. It's a nice trailer. Yeah, that's not factory sound. Right. I like this trailer, but come on, man. We need to expand our horizons. We need to broaden our template. I don't know. Something. Also, this truck has no gas in it. Ain't it cool? What kind of a place are we working for? Is this how we get out of here? Yep, I think I see it. Okay, cool. Yeah, what kind of place are we working for where they give us a work truck with no fuel in it? That is messed up. Oh, you know what? Right before we leave, in fact, we'll do it right now. Do it right here in the parking lot. And this will also give me a chance to see how many errors we have. Right, going into the developer console. Buckle up. Oh, that's not bad. It's not bad at all. I was expecting like a wall of text in there. Just miserable. Okay, cool. And I believe, yeah, I think we're still running. I'm really curious. I thought we were still running Reshade and SweetFX, but normally it would pop up a little window right there to say that we were. So I can't see that we wouldn't be because that runs off the kind of the base game. We didn't change the base game at all. Right, man, I'm so excited. I really am. And this all went together just so smooth and so easy. Decent frame rate. Not fantastic, but I'll take it. I'll take it. Right. So let's get through here and get on the road. And yeah, man. Oh, fantastic. We've got mail. Now, I've also got, I downloaded with ProMods, you know, you can do the company pack, you can do the trailer pack. I did all that. I did all that. So we have the ProMods trailers, we have the ProMods companies, and I did the replacement. So we got rid of all the base game. All the base game companies are gone and they're replaced with the ProMods companies. On top of that, we do have all the KAST trailers, so stoked about that. And then, of course, we have the Jazzy Cats pack, so stoked about that. So when we look around the world, we should not see a whole lot of SCS companies. In fact, we shouldn't see any at all. We should only see... Are we? Yep. That's an easy way to check. I forgot we can just hit the F12, and that will tell us whether or not we're on ProMods. Not ProMods. Reshade. We can hit F12 to see if we're on Reshade, and we most definitely are. So that's base game. That's Reshade. It's like night and day, man. Love it. Now, I got so excited when I hopped in that I just noticed it's 1800, so we are going to be driving at night. But that's cool because, yeah, man, there's nothing wrong with driving at night. I mean, other than you can't see anything, but I think it's cool driving at night. It's my favorite time to drive in real life. I think the game looks beautiful at night, and we've got those fantastic xenon headlights. So yeah, man, let's drive a little bit at night. What else did I want to look at? Oh, let me check this too. Did it give it to me? Did not. It's because this is not our truck. Because I'm on Steam now and got off a serial number copy, I was able to link everything up in World of Trucks, and I got my own license plate now, which, again, it's one of those little silly things, but at the same time, it's like, yeah, man, got my license plate. So, stoked about that. What else is different? Oh, there's one thing that I had to switch around in the KAST trailers. There's one thing I had to swap, and that is there is an add-on for where it will spawn doubles. And I guess there's a lot of like sort of complicated overlapping MOT stuff in Europe about where you can run doubles, what sizes, like what lengths, what heights, all kinds of stuff. So you can run the little BDF doubles everywhere, but I guess the monster doubles you can only spawn in. You can only spawn. Like that's how things work in the real world. In real life, you can only operate those in certain Scandinavian countries. So there are options in the KAST pack as far as where those will spawn, and there's an option to make them only spawn where they normally would, and when you get into ProMods, because ProMods has things happening in Scandinavia that aren't happening in the base game, there is a specific mod. It's a little tiny mod, but it's like an either-or mod. The kit comes with several. You pick the one you want. So because we weren't running ProMods until today, I had the base game option selected, and I had to swap that out for the ProMods option. And I am so happy. It's such a little thing too. But I thought this was going to be months before this was in my world. And I also thought it was going to be a lot more like crazy to do it. It was really painless. Like both times it was more or less just as quick as I could download the stuff. 1.31. 1.3. 1.31, it was just a question of getting everything picked out in Steam. Then you hit the button, and then down it comes. As far as DLC and everything. And put my text now. And then going into the workshop and tracking down, I guess, like my favorite mods. Scenery, give it to me. Tracking down my favorite mods and making sure that they all downloaded out of the workshop, and then just going in, and I did start a new profile, but I did that thing where, I know you've done this, I know it's not just me, I did that thing where I went in and I used my Galaxy to take pictures of like the mod order that I had, because it's quicker than writing it down. Plus there's no possibility of me like making a mistake or getting the order wrong, but I took pictures of the order that I had my mods in because I knew it was working. And then when I transferred over to 1.31, I just put everything back in the same order. Obviously, except for the stuff that I didn't bring in. And there's a lot of, I told you this last episode, there's a lot of mods I had, like a single lamp or a single beacon or something really just trivial. And I would have this like 300 or 400 meg pack of tuning parts so I could have that one light. And I realized, like, yeah, I couldn't get stuff from the Steam Workshop because I wasn't on Steam. So I was going to the dodgy mod sites. I know you know the ones I'm talking about. And the problem was, see, what had happened was, there's a reason they call them the dodgy mod sites. Man, they are effing dodgy as hell. And there's a ton of mods that, you know, it's just some gangster that he didn't make that mod. He either outright stole it, or at best he took somebody else's mod and he like tweaked it or changed it or did something to it. I'm swinging wide so I don't hook my trailer. I'm not out of control or anything. Let's go a little lower here. So basically what you have is people gathering up like other mods that other people have written and bundling them all together and calling it a collection or something, and it's just a bunch of redundant mods, right? Because you've got mods that other people have made that you might already have, and to get the right, am I making any sense right now? I know what I'm trying to say. Like, let's say there's 10 kinds of fog lights, right? And you have all of them, and you see a fog light that you want, but some fool has put it in a bundle, a stolen bundle with the 10 that you already have. Well, to get the new one that you want, you end up getting the 10 that you already have. And it just, for me anyway, it just got messy in there, because now it's like, oh, well, you know, if I delete the 10 that I already have, that's going to pull a bunch of parts off my trucks, and then I'm going to have to go in and put them back on, and did he use the same slots and the same nodes, and do they have the same names, and is it compatible with RJL, and just on and on and on. So that's how I personally ended up with a bunch of crap in my mod folder, and it's all gone now. It's all smooth. Ready to turn some lights on? Xenon, you ready? Here we go. Bam. Oh, I am so happy. This has been such an amazing weekend. I hope your weekend has been half as good as mine, because mine has been absolutely unbelievable. It's man, yeah, it's just been a great weekend. Cool. So I'm gonna knock this out, then I'm gonna pour myself a glass of wine. I'm gonna make myself some dinner. I'm gonna watch some basketball. Playoffs are on. Exciting. I'm gonna watch some basketball, and then hopefully I get a good night's sleep tonight. That is one thing that, as good as everything else is, that insomnia is bad right now. So maybe after a nice relaxing weekend, maybe I'll get a good night's sleep. That would be fantastic. Love the sound of this truck. And I love that we can have this sound even before we buy our own. Right. Now, drivetrain revision. I told you I'm running drivetrain revision. It's not just drivetrain. It's actually, we need to get fuel too. Son of. Okay. Let's push our luck, because we got this ridiculous tandem rig on, and I don't feel like trying to turn around. So let's look for a gas station on our side of the highway. I totally spaced that. But to be fair, when was the last time you picked up a truck to make a delivery in a contract job and didn't have any fuel in it? That's a load of crap is what that is. Right. What the hell was I talking about? I can't remember. Hopefully it wasn't important. I have to say I'm a little put off by this frame rate. We were at 30 in town, and we're at 40 right now. I like to see like 35 to 40 in town and 60 to 70 when we're out of town. I'm considering backing off my graphic settings a little bit to get some FPS. Let me know your thoughts on that, and we'll discuss. This is going to be... I know this turn already. I've made it enough times because our base is in France and we come down this way quite a bit. Well, at least there's no traffic. Fantastic. Not perfect. Not perfect, but not bad. Right. Get through here. And I think, well, then we just gotta hope for a rest stop because we gotta get some fuel. Now the nice thing is, the Scania gets pretty good mileage, and I think it's got a decent sized tank on it. And we're not red yet. We didn't get the warning yet, so I think we got a minute. So, oh, graphic settings? Is that what I was talking about? Yeah, graphic settings. I think I might turn them down a little bit. A little bit. I mean, I think that's looking pretty good right now. I think that's... I might even go so far as to say that might be gorgeous. It's not Ubisoft, you know, but Ubisoft doesn't publish Euro Truck Simulator, so I don't expect Ubisoft when I start Euro Truck Simulator, but for what it is, I think that's a pretty good looking game right now. And I'd hate to lose that, but I also know we're at 35 FPS, and that is pretty low. It's still working. It's still working, but it's like right on the limit of being too low. And we're loading scenery. However, I just realized something. We're speeding too. I just realized something. I'll have to check some replays, even though there's really... God, how would I even begin to check that? I was thinking I need to check the replay. But I seem to recall having a lag at that exact same spot at some point in the past. And that's making me think that that's the transition from one tile to another. Right? You know what I'm saying? That's the transition right there, and there's just no way to get around that. You know, the tile loading. I don't know. I did a train sim video yesterday. Just posted it, and a train sim world video, and I was talking about how it's getting kind of boring. Like if you're really into train sim, fantastic. You found your destination, but I don't know, man. I don't know whether it's worth continuing or not, because it's pretty boring. I mean, it's challenging for me to like stay interested when I'm doing it, and I can't imagine that anybody would really be into watching it, but whatever. We're living and learning. So that got me thinking, and I went to the Dovetail website and I found a forum, and they were talking about, I guess, some new content that's coming out, maybe some steam engines, steam locomotives. Apparently people love steam locomotives. Me personally, I'm not a fan, but I guess a lot of people are, and I could understand why. But in that same thread, I saw a ton of people saying this is the worst optimized, buggiest, laggiest, most stuttering. It's the worst, man. What were you thinking to release this game? And I was like, whoa. I mean, I know it lagged for me. It lagged and continues to lag. I know it lags for me a little bit, but I was like, you know, I'm playing on a laptop. It's not super duper hot rod. You know, it'll do. Like, my machine will hold its own, and I'm totally pleased with it. I got no complaints. But I know there are other machines that are much faster than mine. And when I see that kind of a consensus on a website, like about how laggy a game is, I think, okay, so maybe it's not just me. You know, to see other people having the same issues that I have. So I don't want to beat myself up like over the quality of the video that you see in the video, if that makes sense. Like right there, for instance. Come on. Come on. Come on. Like right there. I feel terrible about that. Buddy, what are you doing? Jesus. I understand that's not a real person. When I say buddy, when I get fired up like that, I understand that is not a real person. I'm not role-playing or anything, but yeah, this AI is challenging. Oh, and you know what? I didn't even need to come over here. Oh, sat nav. So glad we got out of that with no damage. If we had taken damage there, I would be less than happy right now. Right. I feel like that lag back there, that was terrible. And I feel terrible about it because I want these videos to be perfect. But for all I know, the people that are watching them are like, yeah, man, mine does the same thing. Not a big deal, you know. The other 99.9% of the video is fine. I don't know if it is or not. I'm just as an example. But it does frustrate me, and I don't know what level of this to say, hey man, that's just PC world. It's just PC world. If you don't want that to ever happen, get an Xbox. But then, even so, you know, it might still happen. Who knows? Who knows? But I'm content. I'm really happy with 1.31. I'm so stoked that ProMods 2.27 came out today. Like I said, it's just been an amazing weekend. Gaming-wise. Oh, base game truck. At least we get to hear that big old Scania rev out and crackle for us. Right. So we'll check that email. When we get this job delivered, we'll check that email. I'm confident that it's going to say we now qualify for the 400,000 euro loan. And if that is the case, then I will expand a garage and I will buy a truck. And I'll do that today. And then I'll also hire somebody, put them to work. Man, I keep speeding. There we go. I'll expand the garage, I'll buy a truck, and I'll put somebody to work. But we'll keep taking contract jobs for another few episodes to keep making money. That's my technique. I want to have as many revenue streams as possible, and I feel like that's the best way to do it, is to put somebody else in the trucks that we own, put other people in the trucks that we own, so we've got them and us making money. Random road incidents, and I almost just wadded it up looking at one. Game looks different. I have to say the game looks different. I don't know if it's settings, I don't know if it's 1.31 and that new texture thing they're using. I don't know if it's reshade. I don't know. I think the game looks different. I like the way it looks. Super pleased with it. It does look different. I would also like to think about getting more than one garage this time. I know, in the interest of sort of keeping myself sane and not ending up with 30 trucks, I know I just had one garage with 5 trucks in it. One garage, 5 trucks, 4 drivers plus me. And I've thought about maybe getting a second garage. And if I was going to do that, I would get that garage up in Scandinavia. Probably Bergen. So with that being the case, since we're kind of heading north anyway, I thought we might head up into Scandinavia, head up toward Bergen, and what we'll do is we'll head up that way, and if we get a garage up there, when we buy a truck in a couple episodes, we'll have it delivered there, and we'll take off straight away, and we can go back to Iceland. We haven't been to Iceland in a while, or we can head back. I mean, we were coming up Italy, right? In 1.30 before we ended that profile. So we could head back that way, because I don't think we've really spent a lot of time in Poland yet. That got sort of interrupted twice. Did it? Yeah, because we came down from the Baltic states, and we were going to head all the way down into Italy and then across to Barcelona, but we didn't. We cut that trip off and went back to Reims and swapped out, and then we went down to Bilbao and then Barcelona, and then loading. Also struggling up this hill. Are we going up a hill, or are we just going real slow? I don't know. You get what you see what I'm getting at. We never really went to Poland and Hungary the way we said we were going to. So maybe that's a possibility. And I guess we could always, what could we do? We could, there's possibilities. We'll sort it out. Now, I think I want to be, are we in Germany right now? We are. So that means I need to get over into this, like, bypass lane, but not exit. Yeah, that's it. Need to get the landscaping crew out here. Hedges need trimming. Game looks different. I swear it does. That's not me, right? Might be me. Okay, cool. I think we're getting into... Yep, we're getting to our job here. You know, it's nighttime, but it seems brighter. It seems like you can see more than you typically can. Although, In fairness, we are in a city with a lot of traffic lights. Okay. All right. Just for the moment, I have realistic building lights turned off, and you can't use rebuilding Paris with 1.31 yet. Grimes is going to need to update that. But he does have another one, rebuilding German cities. And I don't know if you even need that when you run ProMods, because I know ProMods adds a lot of cities. Alright. I don't want to jinx it, but we made it here. No tickets, no damage. It's been pretty drama-free, I have to say. Realistic building lights, if you're not familiar with it, like it's going on 1 a.m. and every light in that building is on, and that one and that one. Realistic building lights makes them, it's hard to describe, different, I guess is the best way to say it. Perfect. Okay. Well, this went all right. And I'm telling you what, man, you probably know this, but if you do things through Steam and get your mods through the workshop, or from the SCS Soft forums, if you stay away from those dodgy sites, the game runs a lot smoother. A lot smoother and a lot less crashes. So, kudos. Let's see if this is going to give it to me. Oh, beautiful. Right. So there's neutral. Lights off. Love it. There's that. Let's see how we did. Oh, fantastic. We leveled up. Okay, so what do we want to do? Do we want to do more hazmat stuff? Or do we want to do... Let's do fragile cargo. Let's apply that. Check our mail. Special transport need money. We can help. Brand new Mercedes trucks for sale. Let me see what the bank will give us. Nope, we're still on 100,000. Okay, so we'll do one more job, and I think that will open up the next level of bank loan. Is this more mail? No, that's the mail we just... Oh, that's these two. Right. So next episode, maybe the one after, we'll level up to that next bank loan, and we'll be able to buy a garage and a truck. Folks, thank you so much for stopping back to join the Portable Gamer. Thanks for joining us for another episode of European Truck Simulator 1.31, now with ProMods 2.27. We'll see you next time. Take care.